Good afternoon. Today is June the 20th, the year 2020. This is the Service Hero Show, 365 days of awesome. Celebrate success through service. My name is Tamara Hunter, and today we truly do have a service hero, a gentleman all the way from the United Kingdom. Yes, England. He's over across the pond, as they say. Right now, it is noon Pacific time. However, in his area of the globe, of the world, it is 9 o'clock in the evening. And he has joined us this day, his evening, for to be bragged about, to be honored, because he has been serving our community of Chemo Buddies for Life. He has been in to inspire, entertain, and give us all words of encouragement, because Ray Coates is also a buddy. He is someone that has understood and currently does understand the journey that many have gone through, are going through, and we're all bringing that love together and serving each other. And Ray has demonstrated he is a service hero. So I want to welcome you to the show, Ray. How are you?
Hello, Tamara. I'm fine. Fantastic. You're only an hour out. An hour out. It's just after eight
Oh,
o'clock. Just after 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock.
But
Okay.
apart from that, everything else was 100% correct and beautiful.
Well, thank you. Thank you. And you came into our community. In fact, some of the communities are already showing up. We have our senior ambassador, one of them, Sherry McQueen, and she absolutely,
Yeah.
I know, adores you. And we
Oh,
have Helene Wilson, our ambassador of the chat. We're grateful to have you
cool.
with us. And we have Julia. Julia, good to have
I
you
know Julia.
here.
I know Julia. Yeah.
Awesome,
Wonderful.
awesome. So, and for those that do not know, yes, when you come on to the show, you will be welcome, because we want you to know that we value your time, and we are going to make it and so that it is well served. I am sure. The the you came into our chat the very first time into the Chemo Buddies for Life closed community. We call it a chat. It's a time for our group, our family of buddies to get together every evening, and we share humor and hope, heart, hugs, and a lot of love online. And you were asked by the duo of Magic Monday for the very first time. Tell us about that.
Incredible. Obviously, time differences was interesting. So that was, I think it was for me, it was either 1 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the morning with Rayanne and Erin. Rayanne and Erin. And the energy was just beautiful, beautiful, very loving. We talked a lot about connection, how we're all joined together, how we feel things as the human family. But yes, it was magic, not to use a cliche. It was beautiful.
Well, we do use it on that Monday, because oh my, you never know what is going to happen with
Yeah.
the two. We have Aaron Houchin and we have Rayanne Gardner, and the two of them. I mean, you never know if they're going to be wearing like magic witches hats or fairy wings, or if they're going to have their magic, fairy dust or wands or whatever. They just make it fun. And when they invited you
Fantastic.
you came in and you were sharing your story and your art, and the fact that you are a performer. You have been a performer for a very long time. You are an artist, or you have someone that does art for your music,
Exactly.
right?
Exactly.
And you write the music, and so it's creative. It's a creative process around there.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
in fact, you have the art right behind you. Who is it that does the art?
It's my partner Michelle. We've been together for just over a year. And I think for me, it's everything I do, I want to share. So, Michelle was an artist before we were together, and she's carried on with that. But we've looked to collaborate in things, and that's what I want to do with everybody, as many people as I can. I've came into contact with a couple of other artists recently. Carol, our Carol, who I can't remember the name of the Thursday night program that I did with
Right.
Carol,
Think Thursday.
Carol and Barbara.
Yeah, Thankful Thursday, and
Yeah, yeah,
Carolyn Brown, and Barbara Beckley, and now Sherry has actually joined that team
yeah,
on Thursdays, and so she's now
exactly. Yeah, yeah,
running production
exactly.
on that. And so yes, Carol does her art, and that is a lot of fun. In fact, she's been teaching the buddies and sharing it like a do-it-yourself type of
Mm,
a program. And so you, when you heard about what we were doing at Chemo Buddies for Life, you could relate.
I
Let's
could,
talk
I could.
about that.
Yeah, yeah. I think I said in the interview, I think it was with Rayanne and Erin, that when I experienced cancer myself, I experienced throat cancer in 2008. There was a buddy system. There was a buddy system. So people that had actually been through the particular cancer that I experienced had similar surgery, had radiation, and there was a guy, and he won't mind me saying his name, Ralph Goodson, and he had gone through everything I'd gone through a couple of years earlier. So basically, he was there to just give me some ideas, although it's always different, and the cancer journey is different for each individual. He gave me some tips, some guides as to the kind of things that I would likely experience. And obviously, we're moving forwards all the time, aren't we? We're going forwards in a direction, and sometimes we don't look back. And it's not that I didn't value Ralph, but then Chemo Buddies came about, and it just went off in my mind. And I thought, of course, I remember 12 years ago when I went through the cancer journey, there was this guy called
Yeah.
Ralph, and he took me through. He helped me. He guided me. And then I saw what you guys were doing, and I thought, what a beautiful use of social media. And
Thank
it's an
you.
incredible group where people are so connected, so supported. I mean, you mentioned Sherry being here. Sherry, I'm getting to know Sherry. Sherry's supporting what I'm doing. I'm bringing people into my music, into my creativity, trying to create family. Family, as
Mhm.
we all are. We are connected as a human family. So you are, Tamara, yourself, and all of the others that are here are examples of that. Examples of that.
Absolutely. And thank you for recognizing that. It's so true. In fact, as you see, even the chat that's taking place, or the comments, we call it chat, on the show here, this is a public show, and so it's a little different than it is when it's in our private community, because we let everybody know that's a safe place, that they can talk about things, that can be open about where they are in their. I am okay. I don't know. Did I go away there for a second?
You did.
Yeah, the show.
you
The
you
show actually
disappeared.
had to reload it. I had to reload it, and so I
Ah,
didn't know if
cool. Okay.
possibly.
No
Yeah,
worries. No
there
worries.
seems to be some kind of it's cloudy where I'm at, which is unusual. I'm in Southern
Ah,
California, and who knows
we
what's going
I,
on.
I'm in
Yeah.
the UK. Tomorrow, I'm in the UK. Don't talk to me about clouds.
Yeah, right.
This is the
Absolutely.
UK. We know. we know about clouds.
Yeah, well, we don't, not much. We
I know.
wish
Yeah.
sometimes we knew more. And
We'll send some over. We'll send some
well,
over.
there you go. I love it. That goes along with the whole family and sharing and everything. It is perfect.
Yeah,
I love
exactly.
that. And and as Helene just shared here, and as you shared, Ray, and as anybody that is watching this anywhere in the world, there are people right now that are being diagnosed. There are people that are feeling alone.
Mm,
And when you went through your cancer journey, you had someone. When Helene joined us, she was just starting her radiation, and she had a buddy,
mm,
and it just happened to be I was her buddy, and then she also had the community, and so like a whole family of buddies. And in life right now, and I know you are doing your vlogs, and you are really, you're sharing your music, you're sharing your visions, you're sharing your heart and your soul out there with so many. And right now, on in June, that's why I'm dating these. Usually you number shows, right? I am doing this on purpose, everyone, because I want people to be able to look and see what was happening in the world on June the 20th, 2020.
yeah.
And
Mm,
so much is happening. You can look all over the place and you got stuff going on. And yet the thing you may not see, and this is why I love this show. I love Ray. I love all of the people that are showing up here. And please continue to comment too. And if you have anything you want to be sharing about what it is that you're experiencing with hearing and seeing, like Sherry did, the shirt and the art, and we're going to be sharing some music here. And yes, it's Father's Day tomorrow.
mm, mm.
I appreciate
Oh,
that. And yes, happy Father's Day to you, Ray.
thank you.
And
Thank you.
you're
Thank you.
welcome. You're welcome. And so I know that because we've talked about it, and I have been watching your vlogs, and I know that that you really are about helping to bring awareness and consciousness and love and light
Mm.
and bringing people together, like you were saying,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
and and also you're not afraid to touch the tough subjects too, and letting
No.
people know that you're there with them. And
Yeah.
that is very significant in today's
Mm,
world.
mm, mm.
How do you feel
Yeah.
that it's being received?
It, it's like everything, isn't it? It's like everything. It's not going to be received by everybody, and we
Right.
accept that. But the place I start, if I explain where I start from, is
Uh,
the amount that we share in common. The amount we share in common. So, as a human family, let's just stick with me for this because I tend to think out loud. You and
okay.
I, you're female, your gender, I'm male. Okay?
Right.
So sometimes in life, sometimes that could become a barrier. So the way I look at it
Mm-hmm.
is that we are both human. We are both human beings. We share this experience together. We share it in different ways, but we share it together. So, for example, my vlog, the theme of that generally is my journey meets your journey and becomes our journey.
I
I've
like
just
that.
started an I've just started an Instagram TV channel. So IGTV, and the theme is be you voice. So again, can you see that? That runs through everything I do. When I'm working on
Mm-hmm.
songs, I've had the privilege recently of writing personalized songs for people. I absorb that person. So if I were to write your song, I would sit with you like we are now. I would understand your life, what you've experienced, what matters to you. And then I would turn that around. I would absorb it, interpret it, and then turn that into a song. So one thing I've learned
Beautiful.
is, in the last year particularly, is the depth of the connection of humanity. And we are fed every day the opposite. We are fed the disconnection, the
Right.
isolation. And for me, I'm just doing my part as one single person, as much as we all try to say, no, we have more in common than we do difference. And regardless
How
of the outcome of that, that's the message I will continue to share. Because if we all feel that way, if we all talk that way, we make our own society. We don't have a society that's fed to us. We have a society that we lead, because we lead with connection.
beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. We lead with connection. And how appropriate too, because within our nonprofit we say healing through connections. And really, in truth, isn't that what anybody out there wants? That is what
Yeah.
everybody, when you boil it down to even what's happening in the world right now, and the some, there's a lot of unrest, there's a lot of fear, but yet there's a lot of joy, there's a lot of love, you've got a real huge gap right now being experienced. And when you look at both sides, both camps, it is though they're both coming and wanting the same thing, going after it in different ways. And so there is
Yeah.
that disconnection, and in trying to find that connection. and
Yeah.
and that is where a lot of your message comes in, to say, you know what,
100%.
we can do this. And that's pretty significant, in that your cancer
Yeah.
was throat cancer, right?
Yes. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and and what an area to get cancer when you are a recording artist, right?
Well, it's
uh
everything. It's day to day. The simple sentence of "I love you,"
mhm,
calling the attention of a young child, calling the attention of a young child, anything, day to day activity, a year. I went an entire year with no voice, and that's no exaggeration. So, thinking of cancer, ironically, it's one of the things that unifies the whole of the human race.
yes,
It
that's
doesn't
true.
matter. It
Mhm.
doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what religious belief you have. And I'm not saying it doesn't matter. I'm just saying there is no disconnection. So I use that. For example, I've experienced cancer. Many have. So you have a
Mhm.
shortcut to understanding of others. And when we join there, that's where humanity lives. Humanity lives in all of the things we experience together. Cancer's one of them. Our values of life, very much so. So
Mhm.
even if we park personal beliefs for a moment, we need love, we need gratitude, we need to receive, we need to give. These are commodities of life. So male, female, old, young, race, it makes no
Mhm.
difference to that truth, because where we begin and where we live is where humanity is. And that's, for me, may appear a simplistic message, but it's everything. And everything I choose love, it's a choice.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can use my voice for negativity. I can use my voice to tear down, to destroy. I choose not to do that because I've been blessed to have a voice, and I nearly didn't, and some people don't. So I'm here
Yeah.
to help others create their voice as much as I can. That's my purpose.
And everybody that's here right now is in complete agreement that that is your purpose, and
Oh,
that you are a real inspiration, that they appreciate you, and that they are, they're loving the love, if you will, and that is what why I wanted you on this show. And I'm so grateful it worked out that you were able to come on a weekend too, and that we need right now to be sharing messages of love, messages of inspiration,
100%.
sharing also the beauty of the art and the beauty of the music.
Mm,
And that's
mm.
what I want to talk about now, because you just had a pretty exciting experience that took place in the last couple of weeks, correct?
Oh, yes. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. Do you want me to explain the journey?
Yes, I would
Yeah,
love for you to explain
sure.
this journey.
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, last year I did a Facebook interview, ironically. It was, I think, of July of last year, with a lady called Mary Sterling.
Yes.
And I don't know, I think you may know Mary, yeah?
I know her.
And
Yes.
yeah, you know Mary, yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
it was lovely, very comfortable, relaxed. I did a couple of interviews with Mary, and a few people were listening in.
Mhm.
And one of those was a gentleman named Charles Mattocks. And he's a TV producer, filmmaker. There he is. Yeah,
Mhm.
beautiful. And he doesn't mind saying this, he shares this himself. He's the nephew of the late, great Bob Marley.
Oh,
So
okay.
Mary asked me after the program, she said, "Do you know who Bob Marley is?" I said, "Yes." She said,
Mhm.
"Well, his nephew was listening in and he'd like to make contact with you." So he did. And part of that was he asked me to write a song for a documentary series that he was going to be airing in the new
Mhm.
year, in January. It got rescheduled to April of this year, 2020. But Charles contacted me and said, "I'd like you to write a song for the program." Now, of course, it was a resounding yes. How many shades of yes would you like, Charles? Yes on as many different scales as you like. 100%.
Uh-huh.
So I did, but I guess it's like a seed. The best way I can describe it is it's like a seed, because I didn't realize at the time what this song was going to become part of. I had an inkling, I had an
Uh-huh.
idea. I'd seen some of Charles' previous work. Charles has diabetes himself, and he works to deal with his diabetes through natural means, through diet. He also used to be a celebrity chef. So I'd seen some of his work. I'd seen some of his documentary series. And 8 Days was going to be a cancer documentary series. So I had an idea that this song was going to be part of these five people's cancer journey. And
Mhm.
I'd stood as a person, as a human being, I'd stood at the bottom of that mountain of cancer that feels like I don't know if I'm going to ever be able to get through this, over it, under it, round it. And that's
Mhm.
really where the song began. And I thought, these people are going to experience a journey. and they're going to experience a journey through Hope for Cancer, based in Mexico, to help them to deal with, overcome cancer through natural means. That's the concept of the program. So I'm talking about a weekend now, Tamara. And I'm talking about a weekend of thinking, how am I now going to convert that into a song? And the inspiration was immense. It was immense. So I wrote Your Journey, batted back a couple of times to myself and Charles. Charles gave me a couple of notes, didn't give me any particular musical direction, but just gave me an idea, what kind of he was looking for. And I wrote the song. And 2 weeks ago tomorrow, it was aired on the final episode 10 of the cancer documentary series, 8 Days. And, the way I look at it is, I will achieve more in my life. There's much more to come.
Yes.
But that's good.
Yes.
That's good enough. I'm grateful for this. And I think, wow, from a guy who had no voice,
Right.
one whole year. And he's written, sung, recorded, and released this song. So there is hope. I've got to
There's
the position
huge
I've got
hope.
to, and I'm sharing that because there is hope.
Yes, there's huge hope. And
thank you, Tamara.
You're welcome. And in fact, we're going to share this song in just a moment. Sherry's saying, amazing. Thank you for doing that song for them. And Helene is sharing, Ray, thank you for impacting this world we all live in. And that right there sums it up even before we play the song. And that right now, how could you have even known when you were on Mary Sterling's show? Here's a show on Facebook. I love Mary. Her heart is as big as all outdoors.
Oh yeah.
She's just the most delightful, sweet person, and she gives of herself in her show, and you see it when you're a guest on it. And who would have ever thought that you would go on that show, that would take place, and you would then meet this gentleman right here. You would then collaborate with him on a show that was actually an international, because I remember when they were filming it and going for it, and I actually did visit with him via messenger myself, being with Chemo Buddies, and he was reaching out to those within the community to let people know that he was doing this and to get that support and to let the word be known. He actually then invited the co-producer and director of The Next Impactor, of which then I won, and he went down, Lauren Harris went down to that filming when it took place before the event where I, in Chicago in August. So you see, it's a small circle. Who would have ever thought it would have started for you with the one Facebook Live show? Now you have an international show that's been streaming on TV you are in the last segment, and your song written for this series is featured as the close of the season. That's huge.
When you put it like that, yes, it is. It's huge. And the thing I'd add to that, Tamara, it's brought me here. And it's brought me to all of the other people that are here that I'm connecting with, Sherry included. I'm not just picking names out, but Sherry, I've had a connection with her. She's supporting a very exciting thing that I can't actually announce at the moment, but there's a big announcement this coming Monday, June the 22nd, of a very special project that I'm offering to everybody. So what I'm saying is connections lead to connections, you know, and it ripples. That effect has brought me to you. You know, we've had discussions. We're having a discussion now. There are others in this group, others that are watching that you and I don't know yet. I don't know these people yet. There are relationships for all of us and connections for all of us that will create greater good. The potential is there. And we don't know those people yet. We don't know them yet. But the relationships exist. They exist already. The energy is there. The energy is there for greater good. We're just waiting, working, as we do through our different medium, to create that opportunity for that connection to then spiral even more. And it's magical. Jenny's just come up. You know, Jenny, I'm so privileged to know Jenny. An author, lost her daughter at a very young age. Her daughter Katrina died very young age, and Jenny has written a book about her experience. So what I'm saying is, you know, the list would be endless, and it is sometimes. I find that the amount of inspirational people I've met recently is phenomenal, and yourself included, Tamara.
Thank you.
Very much.
Yes. Well, we've got some real exciting things that we're going to be doing in the future also, and I'm excited about it. We're working on that right now too. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up to the screen, and I'm going to take us down. So I'm going to let them enjoy your journey.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Well,
as you stand at the foothills, it may seem you have a mountain to climb. May feel you cannot make it, but you will make it in time. Oh yes, the road may stretch, seem too far for your feet. Just take one step and soon your inner strength you will meet. You can make your journey, you know you're worthy. Keep moving on straight ahead. You can make your journey, just keep on turning, reversing all doubts in your head. As you walk beyond your comfort, changes in your mind may feel you cannot take it, but you will leave your past far behind. Oh yes, the road may stretch, seem too far for your feet. Just take one step and soon your inner strength you will meet. You can make your journey, you know you're worthy. Keep can make your journey, you know you're worthy. Keep moving on straight ahead. You can make your journey, just keep on turning, reversing all that's in your head. Hey, yeah, 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 yeah. You gotta keep on moving. This is your journey.
Beautiful. I'm going to bring him up, and oh my, how beautiful. When Carol is sharing, what a powerful interview. And and I don't know if you were here, Carol, when you were mentioned. And yes, tissues, please. Touching my soul. And brilliant, absolutely. You know, that's what we need. And I want to explore this again a couple of ways, because I really feel that there are people right now that need to see this miracle. This, in my mind, all of it is a miracle. And let me share with you, even Ray Coates, why. And that is your beautiful soul, your talent, your voice, every ounce of love and energy that's coming out in this song, Your Journey. It in itself is completely a journey. Yes, a journey for 8 days, but it's more than that, is what I'm seeing. This is an opportunity for even you to be sharing your journey of sharing it on 8 days, plus the miracle that it is that right now we are all on a journey of the connection, and making a difference together and helping others that right now are lost in their own journeys. There are so many right now that are saying, where's my journey? You have your journey. I don't have a journey right now. I'm lost. And there's so many people that are feeling that. Yet with that inspirational song, there's a chance that it might just hit their soul and say, you know what?
Well,
maybe this is
I
my
think
journey.
the way I describe it is, Tamara, as a writer, and people that write would understand this, I can write from my head. And at times I do, because I'm thinking. I'm a thinking being. I'm a sentient being. I have perception. I have understanding. I have knowledge. So I think. But if I just write and communicate and live just from the mind, there will be many, many things I won't do. There will be many things, and I can only speak on my behalf. There will be many things that my mind will stop me doing. For example, I'm approached by the nephew of the late, great Bob Marley, who wants me to write a song for his cancer documentary series. Yeah? My mind could say, I can't do that. I just don't think I can do that. But my heart says, yes, you can. And my gut says, go for it. So everything about us as a human being is all of those things. It's all of those things combined. And when I write now, I write pretty much purely from the heart and from the gut, which is why whenever I write songs, and I'm in one at the moment, which I can't talk about because it's for an individual telling her story, it's exceptional. The song is absolutely exceptional. And it's not the kind of song that I normally write, but it's not the kind of song I normally write because it's about her. It's about her. So from here, that's what's feeding it. And that for me, as somebody who is creative, the inspiration that I get from the people around me is just, it's phenomenal. You know, it's beyond this world. It's beyond this world. And if I thought things, it would stop me. It would stop me. It stops all of us. So I'm not saying don't think. I'm just saying feel, because that's who we are. That's what we are. And it's much better for ourselves physically as well. When we flow in love and gratitude, everything's moving. Everything's moving. The energy is moving. Whereas if I think to give away, but what about how am I going to get back? Just give away. Just flow. Because everything will return. And that's genuinely how I try to live what I'm doing, and how I try to create is just release. Just release everything. But particularly now, release it on behalf of others, to help others. And that's my mission.
I love it. It's a beautiful mission. I know this isn't one of yours. However, it just made me think.
Love
I
that.
went and
Love that.
pulled it because when you were talking, just something came to me like, this is, what I was hearing of your words, that right there, that image and that flow. And as you were talking about the love and the love that's here with those people that are commenting while we're live, and many of them are within our group, and they've gotten to know you, and they're grateful for you as a service hero. And also, I was thinking about this too, is that your family, you're a father. Tomorrow is Father's Day. And, and happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there tomorrow. Happy Father's Day to the mothers that have been the fathers also. I can relate. I've been there, done that. And happy Father's Day to all of the family members, extended family that shows up, and they are in that role oftentimes. And right now, again, more than ever, we really need this kind of love out there, and to share the love. You have a YouTube channel. You have been performing for what, close to 30 years, is it? How many years have you been performing?
Say again, sorry, Tamara.
How many years overall have you?
Creating.
When did
It's
you?
about 40 years. About 40
Okay,
years.
okay,
40
about
years.
40 years.
40 years of
Okay,
songwriting. 40 years.
right. And just recently, you decided, because you've got children, to bring, I believe, a son into it with you, right? You've been involving family too, and I think that I want to celebrate that also, because that in itself, I'm getting chills. That in itself is helping to pass the torch to the next generation. And we need to be doing that. We need to be sharing the love with others, and then within our own families, within our own sphere, sharing. And oftentimes they say the cobbler's sons and daughters, they don't always have the shoes, everybody else does. And you're making sure that within your family, you're passing and you're sharing the music and the creating, right? That's a nice smile. I like that smile. I think he might be frozen there,
Well,
guys. Oh,
that's
here
it,
he
isn't it? I
comes.
mean, the life I lead. Oh, thank you. Life I lead is mine. Yeah, you've there we go. The life I lead is mine. I enjoy it. The greater joy and the greater happiness and the greater way of living life is to bring more people in. So you've given an example there. My son.
Mhm.
My son is now in a song. He's in a song. In there. His voice is in there. Nobody can take that out. He's there. You put up the heart. Fascinating that you put up the heart on Monday. I've been working on a song with several people who've been contributing lyrics, and the song is called "That Rainbow Will Come."
Mm.
Um, Sherry McQueen took a picture. I think it was a double rainbow. I can't remember if Sherry's beautiful picture.
Yeah.
Actually, that's
Yes.
going to be in the
Yes. The
video.
double.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's going to be in the video
beautiful.
that I'm going to release on Monday. 10 other
Beautiful.
10 other songwriters, myself, 10 other lyricists, people who never thought they'd be able to write a song have written lyrics, and on Monday I will be sharing that song. And a couple of those people have been here with us this evening.
That doesn't surprise
So
me.
I've written the music, I'm singing the song, but their lyrics, I've asked them to share lyrics. So 10 other people and me have written the words to this one song. That rainbow will come, and it's beautiful, and it proves the creativity that exists. So what we need to do is we need to open ourselves up like bright, vibrant flowers,
Mhm.
because life sometimes tries to clam you up, and close you up. Don't give away how you feel. Don't give out things. But what I'm doing is creating through everything I'm doing where people come inside.
Mm.
They're part of something. So, in a musical way, in a creative way, similar to what you're doing. Because I
Mhm.
think to include and to be part of a community is better than to be a lone ranger, better
Yeah.
than being just a crusader. You know, Ray Coates is going off into the distance and doing his thing.
Yeah.
I
Well,
want to bring as many people with me as I can. I want to bring as many people with me as I can.
and you are, but I am going to say you are a service hero now, so that is somewhat of, you are a hero, not a character in a comic book or anything, but you are now
No.
a true service hero. You've been honored and highlighted and given today's date, June the 20th, 2020, which I think is a really cool day. I mean, 2020, 6/20/20, 6/20/2020. So you've got three 20s in there.
Thank you.
3 times 2,
Thank you.
then you got
Beautiful.
the
We've
six.
got some
I mean, you got
synchronicity
the
going on there.
number thing going on. That is a pretty cool number. And yeah, I do think kind of, out there. Yes, I agree, Sherry. You are not alone.
Oh,
I
yeah.
am,
Oh, yeah.
and we are
No,
all
it's all good.
tied together as the humans, human race, and we are all connected together.
Mm.
And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to take myself down from the line for a few moments. I'm going to give you a few moments just to share an inspirational thought, a nugget, whatever you feel, to kind of like bring it together for this show that is coming from your heart, and then I'll come back and then we will close out the show, okay? All right. I want to make sure you're good with that.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Okay.
So I'd actually written some poetry. So I'm going to begin with that. Um, so I'll read it, and then I'll explain it. I'm not filled with sorrow, and I'm not trying to make you sad. You know it's never too late tomorrow to write a song for your dad. Papa, Dad, Daddy, or Pater, if you'd rather. There is never just one single day to remember our father. I lost my dad when I was 5. And I never saw him again. For 38 years until he passed, I never got to say goodbye then. Forgive you, Dad, and I forgive myself. Understanding what a child couldn't know, I couldn't have known anything else. I'm not filled with sorrow, and I'm not trying to make you sad. Write a song for your dad. So my message is short and sweet. We've lost in life. We've lost things in the past. And it's not easy. We've lost loved ones to cancer, other diseases. Sometimes, sad to say, people have lost their children as well in death. We live in a world where there's much turmoil at the moment, much unrest. But the one thing we currently have, which gives us hope, is life and a voice. I have a voice. It's not a selfish one. I want to use it to voice how I feel, how I think, because I truly believe in humanity. And I believe in unity. And I believe in harmony. Love together in the connections that we make daily, and especially in creativity, as we are creative creatures. Then we find hope. Hope in our human family. That's my message.
That is beautiful. That is beautiful. And the poem is very touching. Very touching. You know, I appreciate it. And you were getting a lot of love. You are part of the community family. You know, you are part of us. And you are part of our family here
Thank you,
at Chemo
Carol.
Buddies for Love.
Thank you, Sherry.
For love. And Chemo Buddies for Love and for life. We're for all. You know, it's the year of love,
Wonderful.
the decade of love, and you just really you summed it up so beautifully, Ray, and that is one of the talents and your gifts. I can see why you were asked, why the journey took place from that one live with Mary to then take you and your music and now your messages throughout the world. And it's only just beginning. I mean, you know, it just continues to grow. And more than ever right now, sharing the love and sharing this journey and all of us sharing it together, it feels great. And so, you know, everyone, let's do this. And there's a lot of neat things that are going to be coming up here soon. Tomorrow or Monday, 2 days from today, Monday. Where is it that we can join in with you for the big reveal that's taking place on Monday?
Absolutely. Yeah. Everybody's involved and everybody has the potential to be involved. And it's very, very special. Very, very special. What I'm offering to people is very, very special. And I believe, it's a slight spoiler, but it's only a couple of days. We all have a song in us.
Yes.
Okay, and I'll just say that much. I've given you a sneaky peek because the poetry.
Oh yeah, you have.
I'm actually sharing a Facebook post tomorrow. Post tomorrow, exactly.
I love it. You know,
exactly.
That's what it's all about. It's having some fun together, right? And you couldn't be with a group that loves you more for you to be giving a sneak peek, you know. And
very true.
As Sherry says, the sky is the limit, and Ray will go above and beyond it. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I so agree with you. So, as we close today, June the 20th, 2020, the Service Hero Show, 365 Days of Awesome. Celebrate success through service. Ray Coates, we have made the case. You are a service hero. There you go. There is no doubt in our
Thank
mind.
you.
Serving,
Thank
you
you.
have been serving for, I believe, most likely your whole life. However, we have
Yeah.
only just begun the serving together and touching so many lives. You have come in to our lives and made a huge difference already. And you, through your music,
Thank you.
through your creativity and your team, are going that much more forward and making a difference for many, many more. So, this is your day to be celebrated as a service hero. Thank you.
Oh, love and gratitude to you, Tamara. Thank you. And I'd just like to say at the end, I will catch up on the comments tomorrow. Got my sons. I've got my two sons with me. So I'm going to go and spend some time with them. And I pride myself on always responding to, I promise, because I love people's comments. I love people sharing. And I'm very, very grateful. Very grateful. So I look forward to being with you
Excellent.
again.
Absolutely. That you will. All right. We'll see you soon. Bye, everyone. And remember,
Will do.
those of us
Love's
buddies,
energy.
yes, to you too. And to the buddies, tonight is Saturday. So it's Success Saturday with Barbara Beckley. Join us in the closed group at 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern. We'll see you there. Bye.